Hello everyone, welcome to KSR Datavision YouTube channel. I'll start this video with a few stats. 68% of students get freezed while giving interviews. 54% of the students go blank in interviews. 36% of the students unable to explain the answers even if they know the answers. 64% of the students lose their confidence while giving interviews. Now, why does this happen? Well, if you're entering to an interview without much of practice, this is exactly happens. So what? Can you keep on taking multiple attempts? Nowadays, what these companies are doing is while you give interview, they're also collecting your personal information, including your PAN card. So once you get rejected in a company, it's very difficult to give interview for the same company, at least for that 6 to 8 months of cooling period. Now, what if you have missed out your dream job, right? So this is exactly what is happening with most of you guys. To overcome your interview fear, we are here. We as a KSR Data Vision, very happy to inform you that we have developed our own product, which is AI-based mock interview tool. Well, this is a tool that is developed for you guys. You can practice as much as you can, and then you can go for the interview. There is a famous saying that we keep saying, right? Practice as much as you can and then go and attempt in the interview. So it's better to stumble in the mock interview rather than getting freezed in interview. With that, let me walk you through the tool. And this is a tool which is going to be very helpful in order to get your mock interviews. Here, you have to log into AI interview app. This is a free sign up tool. So please click the sign up and please provide all the information. Provide your Gmail or any email and then give your details, give your phone number, and you can also enter the password. Now, once you sign up, you will be getting a OTP screen. We'll have to enter the OTP. So let me enter the OTP. This will be sent to your the email which you have given. So I have got my OTP. Yeah. So now I have verified. It is also asking the mobile OTP. So let me check that as well. You will get it in the WhatsApp. So please make sure that you check it at the right platform. Yeah. So once I've verified my OTP and my account is also verified. So this is a message that you will get it. Now we can log in. Now, once you log in, this is the screen that you will see, right? When you entered into your website. So this is the screen you will see. And here you can upload your resume. And for all the three tabs, you see that it's incomplete. So let's go and try to get through this tool for you. So let's go and upload our resume. So I will upload a sample resume here and I'll submit it. And then I'll go and add a title. Imagine that I'm applying for data analyst. And from the LinkedIn, I have taken a company called Deloitte. And for this Deloitte, it's a data analyst role. And I have given about 5 years of experience as my demo. So we are looking for a candidate who was interested in having a minimum of 5 years. So what they're looking for. So let me copy this complete GD and go and paste it here and let me submit it. Now this is something which I have also added. Now it is asking to add a project. So let me go and add a project. I'll take out my sample resume and I'll just pick out my project. So imagine that this is my current project which I worked. Now I'll copy this. I'll add the project and the project name I'll give it as business reporting dashboard. Now the tools used, it's going to be Excel, or I can start with Power BI, ADF, Fabric, and the start date, let me keep it as 2024 January 1st, and the end date, I'll keep it this month. Yeah. So if you see here, I have uploaded my resume and I have given the job description and the title, and I've also added the project. Now, when I go and analyze this resume, it is taking a bit of time to figure out what is missing in my skill and what is the required skill. So it is going to match and it is going to give you the score for your resume. Now, if you observe here, the resume which I have, ATS score is about 75, and you can see the readability score is about 62, and you can see the overall score is 45. Now, if you go with a skill gap analysis, although specific skills are not explicitly missing according to the mass skill and missing skill data, the presentation of the skill needs improvement. So that means the way I have presented my skills is not that great. And it is also looking for some bullet points under the professional summary, right? And they are looking for a separate component where I can add my skills. So based on this job description, there might be some other technical or soft skill the candidate possesses aren't mentioned. Maybe they're looking for some other skill of a soft skill. It could be like a project management, or they're looking for like a team lead, which may not be present here, right? And in terms of format and structure, these are all the points which has been mentioned. And in the good points, we can see what is the good points and what is the overall rating, correct? So with all of this, we can start improving our resume. Maybe my resume may be good, but not good enough for this particular role, which Deloitte have asked. You can try with different companies and you will get to know what mistakes you have done in your resume. So always try to have your score above 70, 75, which gives you a good opportunity where recruiters can easily pick your resumes. So in the recent days, we have observed that most of your screening happens on this automatic or AI based selection. So please make sure that your resume is good enough. Now, once I have analyzed, let me go to the dashboard. I can take interviews. The first 3 times you can test your resume, like what I did now, you can do it 3 times. And you can upload another resume and check it one more time. And apart from that, you can take your technical skills attempt and you can take your behavioral skills attempt. So this is an actual interview. So before that, let me also go through MCQ questions. So imagine that you are applying for a Power BI role. You can take the Power BI and you can mention how strong you are. Like let's say you are good enough in Power BI SQL, but not good enough in Excel and Cloud Platform. You can give your ratings and you can submit. And now it will ask you the questions. And for time being as a demo, I'll give some random questions. I'll answer in a random. I'm just giving some random answers. Depending on the points which you have mentioned, that is how good you are in each skill, the rating will happen. I mean, the questions will come and now you can see your report. And I've answered 6 out of 10 and it will tell you which was the correct answer and what was my answer. And this way you can take multiple attempts. Now, as I said, all these are AI based questions and every time you answer, it will give a different questions. And this questions has been picked from most of the frequently asked interviews. Now, this is about your MCQ and you can take up to 50 attempts. Now, in the dashboard, you can also see how many times you have reviewed your resume and how many times that you have given an attempt. Now, as I said, you can go and take multiple choice questions. This could be very helpful if you're applying as a fresher, because for freshers, MCQ questions has been asked. So you can take as AWS developer, Azure developer, data science, Power BI, Python developer, SQL, Tableau, whatever you want, you can take it. Now in the dashboard, if you see, I've taken one attempt and I've reviewed my resume one time. So if you want to review, maybe after correcting, you can upload another resume and then you can check your performance. Now, let's go with the technical skills. So I'll go with the technical skills here. And this is a job description, what they are looking for. And this is all about my project, right? So let's say that I've mentioned them that I have worked in Barclays, right? And now this is a role they're looking for. And this role I've taken from the GD. Whichever company you're applying, you will be getting the GD and just go and give an attempt. Now, if I go next, now it'll ask you to record your camera and as well as your voice. So you can just say that you can record your voice here. So if I record my voice is getting recorded. And we can also check if that play button and check if your audio is working. And if you want to check with your video, just go with the video here and focus on your camera and check if your video is also working. Now, in case if I'm going for a starting interview, it will ask you that the instructions. The interview consists of 11 questions. A question bar appears on the left, and all of this you can see here how you want to answer. Either you can speak and record your voice, or you can go with typing it. So again, we have a two option, but the first option I would always suggest you to go with facing the camera and giving the answers. That's where you can get practice. So let me go with start interview. And the first question which I can see is introduce yourself. And if you want to introduce yourself, let's please go and click this record answer. Hey, hi, thank you so much for this opportunity. As you know from my resume, I do have about 6 years of experience working as a data analyst. So primarily I work with SQL, Python, and I have a good experience working with Power BI, DAX. And in the recent times, I have a good experience working with Azure ADF and Fabric. So talking about my current project, I'm working for Barclays. And in Barclays, I was responsible for building the KPI report, understanding the problem statement. I was the person who was able to generate all of the KPIs as company needed. Well, this is a very short intro about myself. I'm really happy to explain in detail. Now I can stop recording. Whatever the answer which I've given, we can submit that. And depending on that, we will be asked another question, right? So it is asking, you've been tasked with creating a Power BI dashboard for Barclays to monitor customer policy details. Business reports inconsistency in the premium data between your dashboard and the legacy system. How do you investigate? So they're asking a question like, there's already a report and we have built it and there is a legacy report which is not matching. So we want to answer this. So the way I would answer this is, well, the first thing is for me, the data quality matters. So I'll start checking the existing legacy report, measure the key performance, list out all the numbers because numbers are very important for us. So I'll list out all the numbers. Then I'll figure out if we are using the same set of data, because if the data set changes, obviously the values and numbers may change. So I'll start checking if I'm referring to the same data set, and then I'll be doing the report and we'll do a apple to apple comparison. So we'll just go and check number by number, every decimal point, including the accuracy, I'll start measuring. And then I can compare my legacy reports with my Power BI reports. So this would be my first step, and finding the root cause, finding the key calculations. In legacy systems, there could be a number of way of doing it, but in Power BI particularly, well, I'm doing in DAX, I'll start writing and I'll start comparing. So this is how I take care of my initial checks. Now, once you have answered, either you can type it or you can record it. So I would request you to record it. Then please go with sending this answer. And for this question, this is the answer that you have given. Now, the way the answers is structured is, in case if you have answered it wrong, it goes back to an easy question. But if you answered it well, it goes to a bit of complex level question. That is the way that we have designed this system. Now, Barclays experiencing slow refresh times for Power BI dashboard displaying real-time policy updates. You suspect the DAC measures used for calculating premium trends are bottlenecks. Like, describe your process, identifying, optimizing these DAX measures to improve your dashboard's performance. So the way I would categorize this is, well, it's not only about DAX. We should also check the complete report for the optimization, right from the data pulling, if the data is not being properly cleaned, removing the unwanted columns, and not using must of custom charts, and also like thinking about how many visuals that you can plot it in a report. A good Power BI developer is not about how many visuals is doing. It's all about how much of information is covering in the limited visuals. And then coming to the DAX. In DAX Studio, we can figure out like how much time each DAX function is taking. And based on that, we will be able to measure it. And DAX is, there is always a multiple way of writing and to get the similar answer. So I would opt for writing multiple ways and checking the performance in DAX Studio. And then I'll be able to check out where exactly the slowness is happening. And in terms of refresh, if you want more refresh or if you want to faster refresh, rather than doing it in Power BI, we can opt for Power Automate, which gives you a better way of refresh. You can stop recording and you can send the answer. Now, based on that, you will be getting your next question. You deployed a Power BI dashboard displaying Barclays customer policies, and there is a customer lifetime value metric does not match the figure present in a separate Tableau report. So the first thing is I'll try to figure out how this CT TV is calculated, basically customer lifetime value. So I'll check with my clients, understand the background, how this is calculated. Then I'll start comparing with the legacy system. As a question says that it is built in Tableau. Now I want to compare it with my DAX and Power BI. So basically I'll take as a sample example, sample data points. Then I'll start calculating this CLTV, and then maybe I can start incorporating to the original data. So that's how I do it. And in fact, I check with my clients the actual details calculations, because they are the best people on field who can understand about how this calculated, and I can get those business knowledge from them. And technically, I can be able to do it in Power BI. So I answered this question now, and you can see that for this question, I have given a particular answer. And that particular answer, in case if you feel like there is some sort of typo mistakes, you can always correct it here with this type answer. You can correct it and you can send it, right? So with that, we'll be given a next question, and I'll submit the interview for now as a part of your demo, but please give all the 11 questions. And you can see that the first 5 questions has been visited. And once you complete all the 11 questions, you can submit the interview. And once you submit the interview, they'll analyze your interview and they'll give you a score, right? So I would request you to complete all the 11 questions. This is a report that I have got. And what was the correct answer? And what was the answer which I gave? It will match. And for the second question, you have been asked to create a Power BI dashboard on how you monitor. And this was my answer. And this was the correct answer. So it will start validating. Whatever the correct answers, of course, I did not answer a few questions to keep up the time, but you guys can answer all of these questions and you can see the performance of your report. So I just took 5 questions and I've got 30 out of 100. Now you can take multiple attempts like this. This is my first attempt, but if I go with the second attempt, probably I could try to improve. Now this is your like your personal assistant. Like take as many as interviews, get the score, compare it, and then go for the real interview, right? Now, you already got your video as well. So this video, probably you can go and check where you have missed, like what is your body language and how are you focusing, how are you sitting, and how are you confidently speaking. Maybe all this matters, and you can continue to watch your complete recording of your video interview, and then you can improve. So most of the interviews these days are happening in the online, and this is your best way to try your interviews as a mock. So I've given one attempt, the interview process, and I've scored about 30 out of 100. And you can have up to total of 10 attempts as a free. This is something which we have given as an initial plan for every one of you. And we can take up to 50 MCQ interviews and we can analyze your resume about 3 times. And you can get your scores and you can use your full analysis and you can start correcting. You can take your technical interview, you can take your behavioral interview. Behavioral interview, usually it's like a management round, I can say. Like they may ask you in terms of what is your team size, how do you handle the project, all of this would be asked. Now all of this could definitely be a good platform for you guys to explore. And as I keep saying it, it's good that you struggle here rather than struggling and going freeze in the interview, right? So this is a tool for you which we have developed, and very happy that we have launched this and it's live. So you can go and take multiple attempts in this platform. So first 10 interviews will be free for you, the mock interviews, and first 50 MCQ questions, first 50 attempts is free, and the 3 times you can go with resume analysis. And apart from that, if you want to talk to us, you can always go and talk to the professional, where which is work in progress. But if you go with the upgrade plan, and you can pay about 499 per month, which you can take additional of 5 interviews. And if you pay for 999, you can take up to 10 mock interviews, and you will get some advanced analytics where we will start analyzing your voice, how you can improve, and based on your resume and LinkedIn review. So all of this is what we have developed. So request you to utilize this and then start practicing before you go for the real interview. So thank you so much for watching this, and I would request you to give an attempt. Very helpful, where you can get out of your fear, and we are here to help you in all possible ways. Thank you so much.